Okay, so what we're going to go over is this creative side of your mind or of a person versus a routine side. And those two kind of clash with each other in daily life. A lot of times you'll find artists that are more drawn to this creative nature. They're a free spirit, so to speak. And they want to go out and, try new stuff and see how this goes with this and how this goes with this. And then you have this other person who kind of competes with that. And this person wants things to be the same every day. They want to wake up and, it's the same food or it's the same clothes or it's the same this or the same that. They want this regular routine happening, and change is really difficult for those people. So that's kind of two complete opposite sides of the coin. But, a lot of times somebody is creative or the other. But in reality, everybody has this ability to be creative or completely on a routine. Now, the way the mind actually works is it has this subconscious part that basically runs programs. So let's say you get up in the morning and you make coffee. You don't really have to think about how to make the coffee or whatever. You've done it so many times. Your subconscious is making the coffee for you. It's running its own program. Where if you got up one morning and you decided to move all the stuff out of your house, your actual conscious mind or your other side of your mind is going to have to think through that process as you go through. And that's the part that actually changes things in your life. So if you want to change your life, you have to use your conscious mind to do that, because your subconscious mind wants to run a program. It wants to do that routine. So when you think about people that are extremely creative, those people have more of that conscious mind going on a regular basis. But those people still have certain routines. So let's take brushstrokes, for instance, on a painting. Just because that artist is really good and really creative doesn't mean they don't use the same types of brushstrokes on a regular basis. And take like White Shovel's franchise component. We have like these staple plants that we use. A staple plant list is a plant list that a designer uses all the time. So it's not like they don't have some kind of routine that they're doing, because they do. Even creative people have routines, list of things, certain brushes, certain pencils or whatever, depending on what type of creativity that they're involved in. They have routines that they use to do that. But the thing about it is, in order to create something new, they actually have to kind of break ground on some different areas. So what creative people are able to do is to stir things up all the time. They're constantly thinking like, what if we turned it upside down or flipped it this way? Whereas the routine person's like, no, that's the way it's supposed to be right there. And they just use it that way all the time, like on a regular basis. So when you're trying to be creative, let's say you wanted to be more creative, in order to do that, you have to actually break ground on things that you wouldn't normally do. You have to break your routine up and see what could do. There's a famous writer, Charles Dickens, that wrote like Scrooge and those types of book, Oliver Twist, all those. So what he would do every morning, he had a strict routine for writing. So he would write 2 or 3 hours a day on a regular basis, but then he would go walk through town. Now, his walk through London or wherever he lived, his walk was what he credited to his creative ability, like his ability to see new adventures and new things that he would write, walking through the town and seeing certain things. So he actually had a habit of breaking up his mental routine. So it's more like a routine that helped him to break up that fog or whatever of his mind that was causing him to stay stuck inside of some sort of routine. So that's kind of a contradiction, but you can see how your brain can create scenarios where you can go out of the routine to find adventure or to be more creative. So I challenge you to, go to Hobby Lobby or something like that and walk around and look at different things, and something that pops out at you, just buy it and go home and try it. It's not about whether it works or whatever. It's about breaking up that routine and exposing that creative side that we all have in us.